Squirrel Olympics. We've seen how far a squirrel can jump for his favorite food in a previous video. I'll put that link down below. Now we're going to try to figure out how high a squirrel will jump for his favorite food. So here's our contraption. I have it tied about 30 foot up on a limb that's away from other limbs so that they can't jump onto the feeder. I've tied about a 10-foot segment of PVC that will keep them from sliding down that rope, which they have a tendency to do. About a 10-foot link of chain that will allow me to easily raise and lower the feeder. And then there's our feeder. We're going to start out at a height of 1 foot and let them get used to it, let them know that this is where the food's at. I think in the beginning we're going to raise it in 1 foot segments, and once they start to struggle a little bit, we'll ease up probably 6 inches at a time and see what happens. Sunflower seeds, I didn't have any pecans, so we're gonna try walnuts. I think they'll like walnuts just as good, but I'll head to the store later and get a bag of pecans because that came in second on our previous video. Anyway, let's see if we can get them to jump. Hope y'all enjoy.
Well, tan my fur. They made it. Better go congratulate them.
Well, they found it, they liked it, and they obviously didn't have any trouble getting into it at 12 inches. So I went ahead and raised it. I said I was going to raise it a foot, but 2 feet looked a little high. I don't know why, but so I'm going to go 6 inches. Raised it up to right at 18 inches, and let's see what they do with that. Well, they obviously didn't have any trouble at 18 inches, so I just raised it up to right at 24, a little over 24, but let's see what they can do with that. Well, no trouble at 2 foot, so we're going to go up to 30 inches. All right, 30 was easy. Let's go 36. Well, we're moving right along. 36 wasn't a problem. About to get a ladder before long, so we're going to try 42. All right, they got 42. We're going to go to 48. Need a ladder for this one. So 48 inches past some mystical squirrel barrier where they won't even attempt to jump. We left it up there at 48 inches for 3 days and didn't even have squirrels attempt. But what we did find is that we created a little bit of a problem in that the squirrels found an alternative route. They started sliding down the PVC. So it took us about 4 or 5 days to work that problem out first, because it kind of defeats the purpose of figuring out height if they're going to have an alternative route. So I'm not going to give you too many details because we're going to do a second video on that specifically, but I am going to take a couple of minutes and walk you through the process about what we did. Have lots of footage about you know, how the squirrels dealt with this, but we finally figured it out, and here's how. So we have a smart squirrel that's sliding down the PVC. I didn't think they was going to be able to do that. So we're going to install something that we learned from our squirrel ninja rope at the bottom of the PVC. See if we can't make him fly. All right. So the single spinner didn't work, so we added a second spinner. Not really sure that's going to work either, but we got to see what we can keep, you know, what we can do to keep them from sliding down that PVC.
You don't think they're going to get down there?
Don't know.
No! God, please, no! No!
Well, my spinners sure aren't working. It looks like the squirrels are doing just a very fast, controlled fall, and they're hitting them so hard they're just not having to deal with the spinning action. So we're gonna try a good old-fashioned squirrel baffle made out of metal or sheet metal, whatever it is. So I'm thinking that whenever they're doing that controlled fall and they hit this thing, they're gonna go flying. So all right, there's our squirrel baffle. Our spinners, just didn't work. So they're doing a controlled fall down that PVC. When they hit that squirrel baffle, I don't know, they ought to go flying, but I've learned not to underestimate those squirrels.
3, 2, 1.
Well, that was kind of funny to watch. One squirrel baffle evidently is not enough, so good thing I have 2 squirrel baffles. So we're gonna put a second one about maybe 3 foot under that first one, and there's no way they're gonna be able to deal with that. So let's put it up and find out what happens. Okay, so they struggled with that first baffle a little bit. Some of them made it, some of them didn't. They would go to the edge of it, and then they would jump on that the chain, and they would scurry down if they could make it that far. So we put a second baffle up, and then we put some PVC on that chain in between them. I don't know. If they make it that far, I think I'm just gonna let them eat. So I think our double squirrel baffle is working fine. It's been out for several days now, and not a single squirrel has made it past, although they keep trying over and over and over. So problem solved, I think. So back to how high can a squirrel jump? It looks like we had a couple of misses and a couple of successes at 43 inches. So I raised it up 1 inch to 44 inches. Let's see if 44 inches is the magic number. Sure is fun to watch anyway. Those little boogers are something else. The tenacity of these little squirrels is really amazing. This little fella tries and fails 6 times within about a 2-minute period of time. Doesn't give up, and finally, at the very end, he makes it. Good job, buddy. Well, 44 inches was fun. They could make it, but barely. So I'm going to kick it up 1 inch to 45 inches. All right, that was our second jump at 45. We're gonna raise her up to 46, see what happens. Well, that was fun. So we're gonna go ahead and close out this project. We kept the feeder at 47 inches for almost a week and never even had an attempt at 47. But at 46, we had lots of successes. So that little barrier there from 46 to 47, it looks like we found the limit. So just to give you some ideas, the average squirrel length from the head and the body is 10 inches. The highest we could get them to jump is 46 inches. That gives them a 36-inch vertical. That's the equivalent of a 6-foot human having a 21.6 foot vertical. The world record vertical is 55 inches by Michael Wilson, who when he played for the Globetrotters. A squirrel vertical is 5 times that what the world record human vertical is. So these old suckers can jump. They have some powerful feet and powerful legs and sharp claws so they can grab on. Really some amazing little creatures. So hope y'all enjoyed this. Have a good day. Bye-bye.